Hey, how's it going today, you guys, on this Thursday? This is, today is Wednesday. I'm sorry. But yesterday, first of all, I won't be able to go into detail today. Today is just like a day that I probably just gonna have to run through things and just give you a couple plays. They're probably gonna be chalky, and but we got enough games to not have to probably punt so hard, maybe. But I'm pressed for time today. I got a very busy day ahead of me, so I'll recap a couple of my lineups from last night, and then I'll fly through a couple guys from each team, and that's all I can do for you guys today, because I'm very busy. But anyway, oh, and speaking of last night, man, it is so important for you guys to have Twitter. Uh, Anything that can get you. I prefer Twitter. Something that can get you right up to speed with your injury updates. I feel bad for those who rostered or didn't get the news about Kyle Lowry, and you know if you did get the news and you made the right switch, big ups to you. Then we got a late scratch with Luol Deng, and then Luis Nogueira. Uh, he went out with a concussion, concussion like symptoms or whatever you want to call it. But let's get right into it because, like I said, I'm pressing for time. But there was a high scoring night last night, so last night I went with uh, made the switch, as you can see. I got James Harden in there and Corey Joseph, Emmanuel Mudiay. What was so crazy from this lineup is it turned out, because I was scrambling because of the news, it turned out to be a quad stack. I say with Mudiay, Barton, Gallinari, and Jokic, however you want to say it. These guys, uh, they've been running the scoreboard up. So I went with the stack, and then that's what happened. Kawhi Leonard had a pretty nice night. Gorgie Jing, he did pretty well. Uh, I was not intending on playing Jonas Valanciunas. It's hard for me to catch him. You guys hear me say that on some of my pods. It is what it is. I pivoted to him because I felt like I thought his usage would be up a little bit. He had 3 points uh, during that first half, and I'm like, oh my god, man. I mean, wow. Anyway, uh, yeah, for a total of 368, they brought back uh, $30. Anyway, over the DraftKings. This was my crossover entry, and I actually got crossed over. I mean, I got whiffed. I whiffed on DraftKings. Uh, I took Dwayne Wade birthday narrative. I just knew he was good. He had a good matchup. I thought he went 8 for 21 from the field. I thought he had a better output. Danilo Gallinari, Dirk, he hit value for me. I mean, 1 point off, he hit value. Jokic, he's self-explanatory. Self-explanatory for DeRozan. Carroll, this was like another stack as well. So the Joseph, uh, and that was like a quad stack. So one of them hit on Fanduel. This one didn't do exactly what I thought it would do. But anyway, so there you have that. Moving over into today's slate, we have 9 games. 9 games today. Like I said, I can't go into detail today, folks, and that's something I I I'm not too happy about. So let me clear this out. Uh, Let me see. Can I go? Let me see if I'll just go game by game, and let's see what I can do. I could probably just hit the utility, and I can just elaborate on a couple players and just keep it moving. John Wall, somebody who's probably always in play, but I probably don't. I probably don't play him tonight. Conley, he's been on fire lately. He's someone that I guess in any pace of the game can get here. So he looks like he could be. He could be. He could be played. Marcus All, kind of like that. Bradley Beal, I'm not a big fan tonight. Marcus Morris, or Markeith, I don't know. Somebody's got to do some scoring though. Zach Randall has been playing well as of late. I think Marcin Gortat could have a good game. For some reason, I could be wrong. And that's about it for that game. I want to move over to Portland and Charlotte game. We got Portland early. The totals are out for this one. It's 216 over under. Charlotte by 4.5. You got Kemba at home. He normally plays well at home. This should be a great game. I feel like this would be a great game. You got Batum going against his former team, so coming in at 7,400. He's somebody that I wouldn't mind rostering. CJ McCollum is another person that I probably wouldn't mind rostering. He's at 7,300 on FanDuel on DraftKings, and that's a pretty nice price for what he can do. I would I'll definitely consider rostering him. Mason Plumlee, I'm on the fence with this one. Cody Zeller, I'm on the fence as well. The rest of these guys, I'm pretty much on the fence with them. A couple cheap options down. Marco Bellinelli, he's a cheap option. Harkless, he's been semi-consistent, but what you see is what you get. Damian Lillard is an interesting play as well. This game can go places that Vegas is not telling us it can go. So we can keep that one in mind. Moving over to the Toronto and Philly game. And there he is, Lowry. I know a lot of guys don't want to see Lowry's face or to see Lowry's name today. But he's coming in at 8,500 over here. Be on the lookout. You never know. You might catch some rest from DeMar DeRozan or something like that. Since Lowry rested yesterday, or DeMar Carroll or somebody. So keep your eyes up, man, on the rest situations. DeRozan, he's still priced, well, what was his price yesterday? His price was 8,500, so he's still 8,500. So you could probably get him at the same price. He's 9K on FanDuel. Valanciunas, GPP option, man. Robert Covington. Embiid, last time these two teams played, Embiid played like 27 minutes, so he gave him like, I think mid-20s fantasy output. Not something that I really liked. Kyle Lowry did around mid-30s. DeMar DeRozan as well. Robert Covington, surprisingly, last time these two teams met, he went for about 40 fantasy points. And the rest of these guys, you can hardly trust them in cash. Maybe we have to keep an eye out on the McConnell situation, and then Sergio Rodriguez. He's healthy. Nerlens Noel, we have to keep an eye out on that situation as well. Um, and as well as um, Nugeri, we have to keep an eye out on that situation. So overall, those are the plays. We know Lowry, the DeRozan and Embiid are kind of like chalky plays, but it doesn't help to go back into the logs. I mean, it doesn't hurt to go back into the logs and see the matchups, the previous history, and the scores and things like that, and to see if these games were blowouts in the past and things like that to give you a feel for what you think is going to go on in the game. So keep in mind, Philly will be at home, and like I said, they have a 213 total. Toronto by 5. So interesting game there. Moving over to New York and Boston. Boston at home. A lot of turmoil going on in New York. We're gonna look on the New York side of things real fast. I can't even predict their starting lineup. But going through some players, Porzingis could play today. I don't know what his minutes will look like, and he's been looking out of sync. He's coming in at 6,800 a play. I don't really play too much of him, but I don't think I feel like he can hit value if he's at full strength. But what I'm saying, this remains to be seen. He's coming off an injury, so Melo, he's at 8K. We know he can. We know what he can do. I don't know if I'll be looking to roster him. Last time these two teams met, he put up 42 fantasy points. Derrick Rose. Last time these two teams met, Derrick Rose, he had a semi-decent fantasy output. He had 32 fantasy points. So we know Boston's not a good rebounding team. Joakim Noah, he's been playing well as of late. And then the rest, GPP options, you can't really trust them in cash. Moving over to the Boston side of things. Isaiah Thomas price is interesting. It's 8,700 on DraftKings, and he's 9,700 on FanDuel. So that's a whole 1,000, difference. Now, Al Horford, he's been crazy consistent as of late. Avery Bradley just coming back from injury. He got that rust game off of him. He's sitting at a nice price at 5,900. We all know that he can hit value. This is a game that he probably, at that price, this is a game that he could, he could probably do some justice. Last time these two teams met, he had 34 fantasy. No, Isaiah Thomas had 34 fantasy points, and Avery Bradley had who did they play? New York. So yeah, he had 26 fantasy points. So keep in mind they're shuffling up the lineup in New York. We just gotta wait to see who's on the starting lineup. Who's in the starting lineup? Because I know quite sure the last time these two teams played, you had guys starting like Courtney Lee and things like that. So Kelly, Olini, or however you want to. He's been on a little mini tear lately. He's been getting the minutes, 26, 32, and he's been hitting and exceeding value. So uh, look at that's a good thing, and he's priced at 4,500. So he's somebody that you could take a look at. Um, Jay Crowder, men's consistent. Last couple games, last 2 or 3 games, though he's been consistent with up in the 30-point range, and that's what you like, especially for cash game. You know, he could make a good play at the small forward position. He's priced the same on FanDuel. Uh, um, and then the list goes on. I have to move it. I have to keep it moving, folks. So going over here to ATL in Detroit. My first look at this game. Going over to the ATL side of things. Millsap, I like to play. Dwight Howard versus Drummond, Clash of the Titans. Who wins that matchup? You look at the prices between the two. You got Drummond at 7,600. Then you got Dwight Howard at 7,700. I mean 7K. Dwight Howard missed the last game for rest. He should be well rested. They'll be on the road. He's 7,300 on Dwight at 7,300 on FanDuel. Man, that'll be a clash, man. If you can probably do some nice damage if you can pick the right one. I might give the edge to Dwight. I don't know. Reggie Jackson is coming in at 7K. I believe he's 6,300 on FanDuel. Somebody who I think can get you 35 tonight. You know, but I probably like the where the play is probably better on FanDuel where you get them about 700 cheaper. Tobias Harris, crazy consistent. You can look at his logs. He's been consistent lately. 39, 17. Again, he had 17 fantasy points against Utah, so you know that's well deserved. I mean, that's a tough team, but after that, crazy consistency going on over there for him. So he's been a great cash option. Dennis Schroeder hasn't been playing up to par at the last 2 or 3 or 4 games or something like that. If you look at his log, the last 3, well, he did all right. He started off slow last game, but 2 out of his last 4 games haven't been all what I thought they'd be. And he's at 6K. Somebody who could, I believe he can hit value and get you 30 points. And we all know he has that upside. And he's coming in at I don't know his price on. Oh, it's 6,500 on FanDuel. So Marcus Morris had a great game last game. He'll probably draw a matchup with Thabo Sefolosha. Pope, he'll probably be out. Lure, he'll probably be out. Stanley Johnson has been grabbing a lot of minutes lately. With the injuries, his price is going up a little bit. He's at 3,800. Chris Humphreys, he had a pretty nice game last game. I had him rostered. Bazemore, he's been coming around as of lately. So there's some options there. Moving on along to Milwaukee and Houston. I do have a total for this one. It's 224. Houston favored by 6.5. Houston coming off a back-to-back. They'll be heading into a back-to-back. They'll be heading into a back-to-back, and like I say, up tempo. I always say the opposing teams get bumps and players get bumps versus teams like Houston. So these two guys have just been phenomenal. James Harden just went absolutely crazy last night. And to ABC, he probably would have went had a better game last game had he not gotten into foul trouble. Jabari Parker, I do think he can uh, he can return value at least on this tag. Plus, he's been playing very nice, especially at home. But this is a game I think uh, it wouldn't matter if he was at home or away. I think he can do good. Eric Gordon left the game yesterday. I didn't roster him. I don't know if he came back or not, but he had been, consistent, man, especially coming off the bench. Not somebody who I always roster. There you have it. But he has been consistent as of late. Um, Moving down, Greg Monroe, interesting play. Very interesting play tonight. His price is going down, 5,700. I know he was up to about 6,100. Malcolm Brogdon, he'll draw the tough matchup with Patrick Beverly, Trevor Ariza. The minutes are always there. Some Depending on the reason, if he'll be playing the 3 or the 4. Sometimes I do like to target small forwards against Milwaukee. Patrick Beverly, somebody who I'm probably not looking to roster, but he's been all right as of late. Ryan Anderson was out. We have to keep an eye on that situation. He's probably doubtful for today. Um, Clint Capella is back. So with that big, the big situation over there in Houston is starting to get a little tricky now. With Clint Capella being back, Montrezl Harrell, it's probably a good thing for Houston, but for us DFS players, it's gonna get a little tricky when you're thinking about rostering that situation. The best thing is probably to just keep on going past it. And that's about pretty much it for this game. Going on over here to Orlando and New Orleans. Anthony Davis, if he plays and you feel like you don't want to, you feel like you won't get burned by him, injury or anything like that, go ahead and fire him up. Drew Holiday. I'm worried about Drew Holiday's shot attempts as of late. His price is still up there, and but his shot attempts has been going down. Um, as you can see here, he took 9 shots here, 7 shots there, 15 shots against Brooklyn, 8 shots against New York. I'm worried about his shot attempts. They are getting healthy. I just don't know. But I do like to target guards against uh, um, New Orleans, but I just don't know which Peyton I will see. Terrence Jones, he's been great in his starts because lately they've been starting Anthony Davis at the 5 and Terrence Jones at the 4. Vucevic makes for an interesting play tonight. He's somebody that I'm gonna have to further evaluate, but he's very interesting to me. He's very interesting tonight. Tyreek Evans, I'm not so sure about his minutes. Alfred Payton, his minutes are there. Fournier is questionable. Don't know if he's going to play. Serge Ibaka, GPP for me, as well as Aaron Gordon. Um, Excuse me, I was just looking at something. But anyway, yeah, Jody Meeks, he's been consistent. If Fourier can't go, uh, he's someone that you can fire up. 4,500. His price is getting up there now, but he got to give us about 20, mid 20s. I think that's something he can do. Um, Moving on along, Buddy Hield, cheap option. Um, Solomon Hill, and you got guys like um, Bismack Biyombo. You got to keep an eye on this situation here. Uh, Keep an eye on this situation and see if he's in or out. Um, and that's about it for that game. Um, Next game on tap, we got a late night hammer. Two late night games. We're gonna start off with Indiana Sacramento. We got 214 total. Vegas thinks this game will be close. They have Sacramento by one. Boogie Cousins, I love that price tag on him. I think he can hit value. Paul George, he'll be matched up with Rudy Gay. That'll be an awesome matchup right there. Who wins the battle? I don't know. Rudy Gay, if you want to take a look at Rudy Gay, he's been on fire as of late. You know, 30, uh, 35, 30, 48, 46. So, his ceiling, and, he's coming in at 7K. Um, Jeff Teague, I love the play. I love the price. Um, he's been crazy consistent for so long. So, uh, somebody who I don't mind rostering. Miles Turner, I'm iffy on him. Like I said, Rudy Gay, Thaddeus Young, he gets the minutes. They're there for him. Darren Collison, his price is creeping up. He gets the minutes. He just has to produce. Ty Lawson, keep an eye on Ty Lawson. He's questionable with that ankle. Um, Garrett Temple, he'll probably see a minutes bump. He's already playing a lot of minutes. Just a cheap flyer. And Tolliver, interesting play here. He's been getting the minutes the last 4 or 5 games. Uh, his price has risen to 4,100, but he is assertive. So keep an eye on him if you're looking for a cheap flyer. Matt Barnes and the rest of these guys. Some guys who I'm not on, but it is what it is. Moving over to the last game of the slate, animosity game, revenge game. Man. Start off with Westbrook, man. Man, they could come out swinging. It would be nice to see if they could stay in the game. I know Westbrook would love to beat these guys tonight. Someone who I might not, who I'm probably not gonna play, man. But when I see games like this, especially how Durant left and things like this, I don't know, man. Welcome to sports. Anyway, Kevin Durant, it's not 10K yet. If you think he can hit that 50, go for it. Stephen Curry, he's been doing it lately. Draymond Green, a nice price tag for what he can do. Enes Kanter, interesting. They just shot him up to 7K. For what? I don't know. That's crazy though. On FanDuel, he's 6,300. I don't even know if I'd be willing to pay that 7K. Maybe I would, maybe I won't. I doubt it though. I highly doubt it. Klay Thompson, it could be a good play. Victor Oladipo, based on the volume and the matchup, I'd say he's pretty much a good play. Adams probably be out. Roberson, players get a bump. Somebody got to go out there and play. Players get a bump when they're playing OKC. So keep that in mind. If you pick the right ones, Sabonis, he's getting a bump in minutes. And production a little bit. I could go to guys like Jeremy Grant. He with the injuries over there, he's getting a bump in minutes. He played 34 last game, had 27 fantasy points. Cheap options in the late night. Even Laverne, he got a bump in minutes last game. Even though it was a blowout, but that was a great example for you. That can let you know who can produce in blowouts and things like that, and who can get bumps and blowouts, from certain teams. That's what I got for you guys today. Like I said, unfortunately, I'm very busy, so I couldn't go in depth. But let's try to do better than we did yesterday. We want to stay up on injury updates. That's key, man. That's major key. We need that. We need to do that because we can't afford to get burned. Like, subscribe. I got links to my page, my FanDuel groups, and my FanDuel page, my Twitter. Everything is down below in the description.
Hi.
With that being said, guys, hope you all have a productive day today. Be safe out there, and peace out.